Hey, Tom No from Atomic Enrollment, Chief Marketing Officer here. So as we wrap up this year, 2025, and head into 2026, I want to share a couple things that are crucial for you guys to do during this kind of slower period from Thanksgiving till the new year. And there's a couple key actions that you guys can take right now that's going to set you up for success for Q1 next year and for the rest of the year. These are some timely topics related to algorithm updates on the social media ad platforms and things of that nature. So let's dive into it. So, we've been working with trade schools for a while, 7-8 years now, and all different types of trade schools, all different types of industries, blue collar, in the field, out in the field, white collar, data. And we just kind of see this pattern across just the industry of trade schools and trade school owners. And it's just, kind of all businesses, I guess, but they just completely slow down operations. They pause their advertising, completely stop their advertising, marketing, and they just kind of just go on vacation for a long time, for a couple weeks. And they wait till January to make decisions. But the schools that we partner with and the schools even within our client roster that are at like higher levels and hitting, growing way faster than average. I'm gonna show you a couple of key things that, they do, we do together to make sure we actually get ahead during this slow time. So let me tell you why December is actually one of the most advantageous months for trade schools, vocational programs, coaching programs. Because think about it, if the industry, all the other trade schools are shutting off ads, the competition is way less. Shutting off marketing, the competition is way less for you guys, right? Students are browsing, researching mode, comparing programs if they're not enrolling yet. Yes, a lot of students check out, unfortunately, which they shouldn't. If they want to get a new career, this is the best time to do that. But there are still some students that are proactive and use this like downtime to even get more aggressive in searching for the right program to enroll in. It's also a lower pressure environment for your sales team to rebuild their pipeline, reconnect with some prospects that have fell off. So I want to reiterate, January is not the month to fix your system, implement changes. It's to harvest the work done in December. So let's talk about what you guys should be doing right now from Thanksgiving to New Year's. I can't stress this enough. Main important thing is you guys need to be building a content arsenal, a bank of content that you guys can use for the next 3 to 6 months. The more the merrier, at least for the next 60, 90 days in Q1. So I'm talking specifically on the advertising side, but it's also important on the organic side. So if you're running any type of social media ads, it's very important that you guys are building an arsenal of ad videos. And let me tell you exactly why. Because maybe you're experiencing or starting to experience that Google Ads isn't as effective as it used to be, and it's because of AI search. So social media is more important than ever to get new students. So Meta released a major update to their advertising algorithm around like middle of the year. And this update is called Andromeda. And I specifically talk about Meta because Meta is the best social media advertising platform out there for trade schools to get students. Contrary to what you may experience on social media ads, it's the best bang for our buck to get new students for our clients and a lot more students. Whereas Google Ads, you're capped, right? Because on social media, if you do it right, you could generate more demand. Long story short, in layman's terms, you guys can go here. This is the official Facebook press release and kind of place where they share more intricate technical stuff. Go read for yourself. But long story short, what Andromeda update is Meta anticipates a flood of AI content, right? People are they're gonna have on their platform, they're gonna have more content than ever with AI because it's easier to create, it looks more realistic. So they're saying to the advertiser, look, I understand that's coming. What we're gonna do is we're gonna be able to crunch more content, more videos for you guys, for you customers, advertisers, and we're gonna do better about getting in front of the targeting and the people that you want. Now, the trade-off is of what they're saying on the Andromeda update is, but the caveat is Meta needs to be fed a lot more advertising videos, a lot more content for it to work more effectively. If you have been running Meta advertising for a couple of years, and you had a couple videos, they're doing well, you let it ride, you're gonna start getting penalized for that. So the opposite, if you're not feeding it content, they're gonna start penalizing you for that. So you can read more about it here. That's generally what the Andromeda update is in layman's terms, but read more about it here yourself. So creative fatigue means like when someone is scrolling on their newsfeed on a social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they see the same video over and over. That fatigue is gonna be accelerated. The algorithms are going to accelerate that fatigue, meaning it's going to get more expensive. Your CPMs are going to go up for you to show that same video to the same person. So creative fatigue hits harder, faster. Now, to go one level deeper into what it means to feed it more creatives, what they specifically want is a variation in the videos. Let me give you an example. So we have a process of creating advertising videos that convert for our clients. It's a modular approach. I'm going to share more about that. I'm going to share exactly how you guys can build ad videos the way we do, but let me show you some examples. So this is an example of a cosmetology program school. And when you have to feed it a variety of hooks and angles, meaning there's a lot more reasons than the main reason why people may want to join your program, right? So you need to encompass all those different reasons, and that's called the hook, the opening of the video. So one hook for a cosmetology program is like you're just future pacing and showing them what the dream could be, the end result looks like. They're owning their own studio, salon, they're working in the salon, they're making people feel beautiful, they're out of their existing 9-to-5. Another hook is hitting them with the fact that, hey, cosmetology actually isn't dying, it's growing more than ever, and here's the facts behind it, the industry demand. Another hook is the credibility of the school and the success of the school, right? Placement rates of the school and the strong graduation rates, meaning like the program is legit and students are being successful, making money after the program. In addition to your hooks being varied, like you have to edit your video so it's not boring and it's not all the same, because you need to create variation. That's what variation is. But we're gonna go into it. So what are the types of videos that work well right now? Generally 2 videos. Ad videos is just being direct. And then the second type of video is showing proof. When we say being direct, so here's another example of a cybersecurity training program. Being direct is like, hey, you stop settling for an entry-level IT role and you specialize and transition into cybersecurity in less than a year. There's 4 million job openings in the cybersecurity profession right now. Transition, learn to become cybersecurity. You don't need a technical background to go into cybersecurity. We specialize in training adults from zero to build your skills up. Transition from zero to cybersecurity in under a year. So just being direct. Some people think that, with social media, you have to be very elaborate and creative. Remember, you have 1.5 seconds on the news feed to get someone's attention and hook them. So you just gotta be direct of like, telling the promise, the outcome, the benefit you could provide for the other side. The second thing is proof ads. So mainly means testimonials, but even within testimonials, talking specifically about outcomes you help generate like this. For example, helping people. I know, there's some programs you can't talk about outcomes specifically in placement and salaries, but if you can talk about it. But talk about, testimonials, outcomes, capture and document a lot of student success in one way, shape, or form. The best way is for you to record it on camera, but you could even, take screenshots of reviews and show it. Just show proof that your program is awesome. It could be also news stations or press covering you guys, ideally on video, but it could even be articles written about you guys. So starting this year, essentially, how do you target granularly the type of person you're trying to reach on social media ads? The creative is the targeting. So let me show you an example. For this cybersecurity program, their main avatar that joins the program and does well, and the people they want is IT people. And specifically within IT, it's people doing tech support and help desk. So you can't really target that in pressing buttons and targeting in the back end. You have to call it out in your ad creatives, in your ad video, your ad headlines. The avatar and the targeting has to be baked inside the actual ad content. The ad video. We call it out for 2 reasons. The avatar, right? To stop the scroll of the person on the other side, and also to tell the algorithm, find me people exactly like this. You can get pretty granular these days because the data is really good. Now, what's our framework to help? We script out these ad videos for our clients. So we script it out. Let me show you the framework of how we do it. You call out the avatar, you state your promise solution, you state the time frame of that you can help them do it within. You address the problem that they currently have and explain why you're the best person, best program to help accomplish this, teach this. So for example, if we have a cybersecurity program, we're calling it, hey, IT help desk people, we're gonna help you transition into a cybersecurity role within 45 weeks. Because you're in an entry-level role right now where your salary isn't growing and you're stuck. We've been able to help thousands of people transition into cybersecurity roles. We've been doing this for the past 10 years, et cetera, et cetera. This is our credentials, et cetera, et cetera. So I just built your ad right there, but This is it. This is the secret sauce on framework on how you create a social media advertising video that converts and brings in the right prospect and gets them into your pipeline and on the calendar. So, we script it out, and then we take a modular approach. We create all different types of hooks for different avatars, different hooks. We create different body, and then we mix and match. So we create a lot of different variations of ad videos now. All right, so that's on the advertising creative. Generally on the organic side, it's generally the same. You could be a little bit more softer and broader because you have a little bit more time with the prospect on the other side versus, remember, advertising, you have like 1.5 seconds to impress somebody. All right, so you got to take this time right now in December to rebuild your follow-up process. Let me show you some average stats across the industry. Average trade school converts less than 1% of their leads into enrollments. A high-performing trade school converts over 5% of their leads to enrollments. So let's say you had 3,000 leads, that's 120 missed enrollments if you didn't dial in your follow-up process, right? Let's say if $8,000 tuition, that's about $960,000 in revenue left on the table. If it's a $25,000 tuition, you left $3 million on the table because the follow-up process was trash. Again, understand some schools have a lead flow, lead volume problem, which obviously can be fixed, but if you have the lead volume and you're not converting, there's a leak problem. We've been testing and building and training our internal AI call center. And it's not like an regular AI call or chatbot. And let me tell you why. It's specifically trained for trade schools, but also it's just proven with revenue and actual cash behind it. So for example, we tested it out with one of our clients. We did a case study here. Check out our YouTube channel. We dive into it. We had like 4,000 leads that are considered dead that had low credit scores. We had the AI just run through it and follow up, and it generated 444 applications to enrollments. In this case study, if you don't believe us, you're like, oh, I'm so skeptical. What is this AI call, right? Just listen to the actual calls. We just put it in that video. You can listen to how the calls sound. Obviously, it's not gonna beat a good salesperson right now, but there's a big opportunity to help AI in your follow-ups. And if you have more questions about that, let us know. That's one big way to dial in your follow-up process with an AI call center. Now, next, you need to clean up your CRM. It's the best time of the year. You have some downtime, right? Yeah, if it's a little slower. Let me tell you some typical stats we see across the trade school vocational industry. About half the leads just don't even receive a phone call from the actual school because they filled out a form and they just, I guess, expect what the lead's gonna contact us if they're interested, right? Think about it. If a lead filled out a form, most likely they're shopping other schools, and it's not that they didn't reach out to you. Other school may have reached out to them first. 70% of leads don't get a real text message within the 48 hours. That's just mind-blowing to me. There's this misconception that automation and automatic text is gonna solve everything. First of all, automatic text, depending on how you set it up and which software or service you use, doesn't end up in the inbox. There is a spam inbox for SMS, believe it or not. Second thing is, people know if it's an automated message. You could have an AI do SMS as well. That's what our AI call center does as well. But if you don't have that, you gotta do it manually. You gotta do it for reals. 92% of leads were never hit across 3 channels or more. So for example, you call them, email, text, phone. It's 3 channels. You could LinkedIn message them, but most leads don't even get touched even in 3 channels. It's crazy. Pipelines are cluttered and deliverability is tanked. So you need to take this time to clean up your email list, step 1. Remove contacts from your email list. Either tag them as dead so they don't get hit with email blasts, or just remove them from your email list. Contacts that did not open emails in the past 90 days. This is to protect your email deliverability because Gmail and Outlook and all these email providers are more strict than ever. Every year they get stricter and stricter on emails that actually end up in the inbox. So you need to be really diligent about cleaning up your email list, and right now is the best time to do it. Second, you have some pipeline view, right, in your CRM. Hopefully you have something like this. You got to clean this up. So first, you got to know what columns to create in your CRM pipeline opportunity view. It's more of an art than science. You got to do what works best for you and your team. But if we were to give you general direction for your lead pipeline, after they scheduled an actual meeting or call, put them in your pipeline, and then put in the steps after that. So if they schedule a meeting on the calendar, they no-showed, put them here. If you talk to them and you're gonna have a follow-up meeting on the calendar, put them here. If you actually talk to them 2 times and they're thinking about it, put them here. If someone said, hey, I'm actually gonna, I'm pretty interested in enrolling like next week, let me hit you back, put them here. They're pending enrollment, put them there. If they enrolled, obviously, put them in a closed tab, but cleaning this up, right? Making sure you have the right columns, and then cleaning up leads, right? So like follow-up appointments, our client is on it. They already cleaned it up. Look how short their list is already. And they get hundreds of leads a week. So you gotta clean this up so you know who to focus on. So people who haven't responded after X amount of time, just remove them from this view. So your team can actually follow up with people that are likely to close. Next, fix your data and reporting, because you can't scale what you don't see. What doesn't get measured doesn't get managed. So simple way to do it is use a tool like Go High Level CRM, where you build just like automated reporting and dashboards inside. So, real time, there's a monthly view here. You could change that. How many appointments came, how many appointments showed, how many applications are pending. You could just pull in your ads data and see like how much we're spending on Facebook, Google, how many calls we got, how many leads we're getting, daily, right? So you see a view real quick, contacts over time. This is pretty simple, but you could even make it simpler than this. So, but moral of the story is, you could use spreadsheets. We have plenty of clients using spreadsheets, and we use spreadsheets with them internally. It's just simple to use, right? But these are some of the things that you guys should need to track. Lead flow by channel, how many turn into appointments, how many of those appointments show up. This is a critical KPI that most companies don't track. Speed to lead. Once they came into your CRM, how long did it take to actually reach out to them? Obviously, your close rate, cost per enrollment, revenue per enrollment. So 2026 is here. This December is what determines your momentum for the year. So obviously we highly recommend it for trade schools, but it's just an important practice that great companies and leaders and operators and owners do across any business. We're doing that for our business as well, right? So just to recap, what you guys can tactically be doing in December is just creating a lot of ad videos and videos in general, taking this time to create that. Clean up your CRM, fix your follow-up, and have reporting done. Some type of reporting, even basic reporting, because you got to track that daily, weekly, and you can see trends, and see bottlenecks or what's wrong, and then you start attacking that. So there you have it. If you have any questions on specifics, just reach out to us. We're happy to share tips, documents, best practices. We have some free training as well. So just hit us up if you have any questions about anything, creating videos, ads, etc., etc. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah if you celebrate, Happy Thanksgiving, Happy New Year, and let's get it. It's a fresh new year. We're excited. All right, take care. Bye.